Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3 with me, Break It Dawn. Let's head into Moonrise Towers.
As light as my feet can carry me.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul?
Where can I get your friend's hat? Not to wear it seriously, but ironically, so I can make fun of other people that wear it because it looks ridiculous. That's for your superiors to know.
Right enough.
You'll find Zarel in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
Zarel. Fancy name. Let's put our best foot forward. Or is it best feet?
In her name.
Plenty of supplies if you're running low, true soul.
Alright, I thought she was going to offer to sell me stuff.
Another step forward.
According to her plan.
Well, darn. We could summon the cat familiar and lure them away.
Winged brother, took my meat.
I mean, chances are
Gods are watching me.
we're going to find our way out of this place. They won't always be watching.
We are favored. We are blessed.
Ghastly thing. Yet loyal to the Absolute.
The blessed will conquer all.
You say so.
There is only the Absolute.
That awkward pause at the end.
Serve her. All will serve her.
I'm guessing the ghouls signed up for the Absolute's cult because they all have a good dental plan.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
So we can't talk to the gnolls. Fair enough. How about Lincella?
A moment, true soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling. Now, how can I help you?
Barnabas.
I've shown Barnabas a kinder way. A kinder name is only fitting. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. to rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better.
You mean you enslave people?
Their will has always been hers to command. I am simply putting it back where it belongs. Behold. Barnabas, sweetie, come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do?
Nothing. Keep your sick games to yourself. Even gnolls don't deserve to be mind-controlled.
Oh? As you wish. A little advice. Should you seek an audience with her, steel yourself. To be remade, we must be willing to suffer.
How do I get to meet the Absolute?
Please, Z'rell. And you will be called to ascend to the tower top. Many have gone before you, though not all have returned. Yes? Barnabas and the boys get antsy if I'm distracted for too long.
I'm guessing the gift is the man she's going to give to the gnoll? I would not like to see it. We may have some stuff to sell.
Yes? Barnabas and the boys get antsy if I'm distracted for too long.
Kind of gross. A
Something
mucus curtain?
slimy seems to be dripping from the rafters above.
Not a big fan of sweet potatoes. In fact, I can't stand them at all. Oh, lovely malty beer. We've not seen that before.
Something slimy seems to be dripping from the rafters above. Very well.
Yes, we did. She did.
Great. Goblins.
Can you hear her?
Many hearts, one soul. Of many thoughts, one mind.
That's the first time we've seen horseradish.
Heard a rumor some do-gooder stopped a horde of absolutists from getting their hands on a load of druids in some grove. Whoever it was, better pray the general doesn't smoke 'em out. Be a bloodbath, so it would.
Yeah, on the do-gooder side.
Bunch of the others were rounded up in the main hall a while ago. They ain't come back.
Wouldn't head into the main hall if I were you. Zarel and Ketheric are working on some poor worm.
Enough. Just leave the...
Welcome, true soul. The disciple will have work for you, I expect. So much to be done.
That smell.
That seems awfully chipper.
Another true soul. The disciple will want to see you through the main doors.
Where do you hail from?
I was a farrier in Desarin Valley.
Pilgrim Long,
The
but...
dreams came.
My brothers had the dreams.
Oh no, it's... Is it Long or Eong?
They wouldn't admit
If there's a Pilgrim Long, I assume there's a Pilgrim Short.
All to her design. Your family will answer. Eventually.
If you have coin, then show it.
Okay. Love the mustache. Oh, some soul coins. They're awfully pricey. I don't think I'd willingly purchase souls anyway. Those could be useful. Halberd of Vigilance. It's a +2. Grants Sentinel Weapon. Gain a +1 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on perception ability checks. That seems pretty good. Adroit Reflexes. You make an attack roll as a reaction. You make it with advantage. So this would work well with the Sentinel feat. Also does force damage. I would like to have it, but I'm trying to figure out who I'd give it to. A variant of this halberd's design was thrown out in the early stages of development by its forge master. This was because the halberd kept expressing itself, alarm. It would shriek in peril. Potency fills me like a song of hope. It roared in triumph. A slicing short sword is a +1. It grants a deep flesh slice. When the wielder attacks with advantage, the attack inflicts bleeding. So sharp you can cut yourself just talking about it. For example, saw this sword the other day, mate. Absolutely brilliant it was. Why, I was told that just talking about how it would... Ow, ow, ow. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Fistbreaker Helm. Grants high spell casting. Gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC. And seldom caught unawares. Gain a +1 bonus to initiative rolls. If your foe rains down blows upon your head, turn not the other cheek, but let your pricking helm bleed the bastards dry. What does Gale have equipped?
At the ready.
I would consider that an upgrade. Yeah, only 67 gold to boot. That's a steal. Enraging Heart Garb grants Ruin Tamer Heart. While raging, the wearer generates 2 turns of wrath. Constitution +2 up to 20. The wrath, you have a +1 bonus to damage with melee weapons. Might we buy that for Karlach? What does she have equipped? I think she has the clothes equipped that gives her the +2 to strength. But we can always give that to somebody else. Because with this armor, she's also increasing her armor class by 2. Or by 1. Alright, Sentinel Shield. Grants heightened awareness. Oh, I didn't read the description for this. Created by a designer and an enchanter who were going through a messy divorce at the time. As such, the armor is filled with passive-aggressive rage. Now go ahead and pick it up. The Sentinel Shield grants heightened awareness, getting a +3 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on perception ability checks. Might give that to Will. The biggest concern in my current party setup is failing perception checks. Shield Bash, when a foe hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to knock it prone unless they succeed a dexterity saving throw. Clever enchantments dance between the grooves of this shield, which emanates a magic of heightened awareness. And Gloves of the Duelist grants dueling gloves. While only holding one weapon in your main hand and nothing in your free hand, gain a +2 bonus to melee weapon attack rolls. Ways of beginning a duel have varied over the years. Perhaps the most famous is the Budenbacher method, in which the instigator drips paint thinner onto the opponent's socks. What shield does he have equipped? Well, let's buy this first.
Defender of the people.
I mean, it's not bad. I guess we could also give this shield to Gale.
About my magic.
I'm not a huge fan of the shielded quarterstaff aesthetic.
Yes, you did. She gives them to you fully formed.
What do you have on offer?
Get moving, will you? You seek arms. I seek a warrior worthy to bear them.
It's ironic because we just peddled wares with them. You'll never peddle your wares with that attitude.
I do not peddle. I put weapons in worthy hands. The Absolute needs warriors for her crusade. But I see only weaklings in this place.
You want a warrior? Here I am.
Prove it. Who's singing your name?
The Druids in the Grove. Those I am sworn to protect.
Normally talk like that's empty. But there's something behind those words of yours. I can feel it. Want anything from my stash? You pay less than the rest.
And that's why you always explore dialogue before you start buying stuff. Son of a gun. Well, what's done is done. Alright, Gale. That looks ridiculous. It's a cool looking shield.
These things have stayed interesting.
The Absolute's war drums beat loud in your chest. How may I serve?
Tell me what product you use to keep your mustache in place.
You're one of her blessed, aren't you? To hear her voice, I cannot imagine.
Don't you have a manager to talk to?
The Absolute herself called us here. They cannot stop us from seeing Zarel now.
Brothers. Not all of us survived the shadows to stand here. My wife, my sons, they were unworthy.
You are an absolute moron.
Back of the line. I'll be the first of us to swear to the General.
What's to say they couldn't be us?
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the last. Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword.
I wouldn't have if not for
I thought the Absolute welcomed all believers.
Not for me to say. All I know is they're bloody useless round here.
Even those we once called monsters.
I think this is true, but I don't want to convince him to recruit them faster. But they have potential. Great warriors have grown from less. I mean, did not mean to cast that.
No doubt. Isn't for me to question them above me. I'm sure you know your business. I'll see they get all the help they need, true soul. And they'll need quite a bit. I've got the novices in hand, true soul. War camps, docks, plenty of work for those who serve her.
My brothers had the dreams too. Same as me.
It's Roa you want. We only talk when you've misbehaved.
Oh, it's her again. I owe her for attacking me earlier.
And this was funny when it was just goblins branding arses, but you lot mean business, eh?
She's the one from the goblin camp that attacked us when I fought a priestess gut. The Zentara merchant.
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul?
New face. We've met before at the goblin camp.
Of course. Just before some godless lunatic purged the place of every innocent soul. A pity neither of us saw what happened.
I would hardly call the goblins their innocents.
They were a little more frothing at the mouth than faithful, true enough. Here, though, look around. All manner of beasties united against the enemies of the Absolute. Quite a god to bring them all together, and quite a fool who'd draw their ire. Hmm?
You almost sound concerned for my safety, especially since he tried to put some arrows in me before.
More concerned that your business might be bad for my business. So don't go kicking the hive while there's still some honey to be had.
Alright, what do you got? Not a very rare scrolls, but I think we have most of these. Maybe not Wall of Stone, because it doesn't seem that interesting. Oh, and Elixir of the Colossus is always good. We can't craft it yet, so... Blooded Great Axe. She had this at the Goblin Camp, I think. Right? Maybe not. It's a +1, grants Relentless Revenge, and the wielder has 50% hit points or less. They do an additional 1-4 slashing damage. Stained brown and reeking of iron. This great axe once belonged to a killer so deranged, his name was magically scrubbed from all histories. Drakethroat Glaive grants Vicious Dragon Breath. Enemies have disadvantage on saving throws against your Dragonborn Breath weapon. That's neat. It's a +2 and Draconic Elemental Weapon. Imbue weapon with elemental power. Receives a +1 bonus to attack rolls and deals an additional 1d4 damage of your choice. Kareska, the Draconic Goddess of Arcane Knowledge. Gifted this glaive to a Dragonborn when facing off against a group of homuncular spiders. Had the arachnid legs curled and blackened before that night's dark business was done. Gold Wormling Staff. It's a +1. Grants Firebolt. The fire engulfing this staff seems to feed off thin air, never once burning the dark wood. And the staff itself does fire damage when you attack with it. Hunter's Dagger. It's a +1. It grants Rupturing. On a hit, the target must succeed a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or become ruptured. Take 1-4 piercing damage when moving. Each time you move, reduce the condition duration by 1. Prey often thinks it has escaped the worst of the Predator's bloodthirst and fury, but there are always further torments to be meted out. Monster Slayer Glaive. Grants Monster Slayer. This weapon deals an additional 1d4 damage against monstrosity type foes. In Refined Vaulting, jump distance is increased by 5 feet. Monster slaying is a rare calling, not for the faint of heart. It requires temperance, discipline, and usually a very big stick with something pointy at the end. The best thing about spears is that the ugly parts of combat are happening at the other end. Never miss her. Oh, grants magic missile, that's cool. And it does force damage. Oh, it's a hand crossbow, so we can dual wield it. On the stock, the crafter of this crossbow etched in tiny print. If you're gonna miss, why don't you stop being a Wally and hit instead? I might buy that. Armor of Devotion. It grants eternal devotion. Recite your oath to regain 1 channel oath charge. That's kind of neat. So we could just have that on hand and swap it on. Use it to get one of our oath charges back and put our other armor back on. Or I could equip this armor and wear the helmet we got from Grim in the Grim Forge. Just for thematics. What I really want is light armor for Will. Sharpened Snare Cures. It grants exotic material. Add your full dexterity modifier to your armor class, so just like the armor that Halsin has equipped. But I think this has less armor class, right? Wasn't it 16 on the other? And Sharpened Snare. Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws when resisting your attacks and spells that inflict restrained. Very specific. This magnificent hide was harvested from a rare mythological creature of the Feywild, a cross between a unicorn and a stoat. Interesting. A Poisoner's Ring grants virulent venom. Point your ringed finger at a target to make it vulnerable to poison damage. Strange green fumes seep from the ring's emerald. Ring of Spiteful Thunder grants Spiteful Thunder. When the wearer deals thunder damage to a reverberating creature, it becomes dazed unless it succeeds a Constitution saving throw. Okay, we had, I believe it was a ring, it may have been an amulet, that applies reverberating. When you slip this ring on your hand and flex your fingers, a boom of discontented thunder grumbles in the air around you. And Gloves of Crushing grants Crushing Blows. The wearer gains a +1 bonus to unarmed attack rolls, and their unarmed attacks deal an additional 2 bludgeoning damage. Stitched into the fabric of these gloves are the words Largest and Largesse, the Discerning Murderer. I mean, no one sells... I'm gonna grab this. Well, hold on. Let me go through my companions real quick in my head. So we already have it on Halsin. Lae'zel's well equipped. Karlach's well equipped. I wouldn't give this to... Yeah, I don't need that. Oh, I didn't see this. Marksmanship hat. Grants Marksmanship. You get a +1 bonus to ranged attack rolls and thrown attack rolls. So every wing spread over the stiff, unyielding leather. It's not bad. It's only 27 gold, so we'll pick it up. Yeah, because Will's just using padded armor +2. And all the other light armor we found has been for stealth builds. I'm pretty sure they have less armor class as well. Well, hold on, 13. Let's see. Oh, that's expensive. 6,080. I don't think the effect is that good. Yeah, still no good light armor for Will. It's very disappointing. Also, 19 armor class from this. That's pretty solid. But not as solid as being immune to critical hits. Yeah, still nothing for
An
Will.
honor, true soul. Ever at your service.
They wouldn't admit it.
The Absolute calls us all to her design.
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, True Soul. I know we're all one under the Absolute, but you do not want to bunk with an ogre.
Don't mind Mig and her meat sounds. It's just her brain slopping around in her skull.
What? How do you start a... Oh, okay, Meg is over there. Like, who starts a conversation like that? And ends it like that?
Hush! Meat sounds above. Here.
Alright. So sometimes my character's facial reaction doesn't really fit the scene, which is hilarious. There it did fit, and was just as funny. It looked like he was actually trying to listen. Is it you?
No! Meg only small. This huge. In walls above. Maybe whole tower. You find meat. You share.
So it's probably tied to the mucus that we found.
Shh. You loud. Clumsy.
Where did you hear the meat sounds again?
In walls above. Loudest near kitchens. But maybe whole tower. Like we inside meat. Mig eat meat. Or meat eat Mig.
Look, you got a philosophical ogre.
Marked on that map.
It looks like this cat possibly killed a Mind Flayer tadpole.
These are the stalking grounds of Steelclaw, furless one. Tread lightly. Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now.
Who are you calling Furless One? Sorry, your name is Steelclaw.
It is a name I earned through bloodshed and death. Unfortunately, the more ignorant here refuse to use it. Fluffers, they call me. Idiots.
Slithering vermin. They're called tadpoles.
Their name matters not, merely their demise. I braved lapping waters and leaking ships to find this prey. I butchered many, and will butcher many more. But this one I toy with. I slice, I tear, and when the time is right, I will bite its head off and bathe in its innards!
You know that tadpole is dead, right?
Lies, it merely pretends. But I'm a patient hunter. I will wait for it to stir, and then I will strike. Now I must return to my prey. It has been too long since it felt the bite of fear. Quiet, lest I miss its cries for mercy.
Okay. Well, we're on the same side. I'd hate to go toe-to-toe with Steelclaw. Just takes us back to the kitchen. I guess we should walk around it real quick to make sure there's no perception checks. I doubt there will be, but... So I'm guessing if we take out Lincella, the gnolls will start attacking everybody. I mean, she said they get antsy if she gets distracted. I wonder if we could distract her with, like, a cat familiar.
Considering how close we are.
Just a pinch.
I asked you again.
I'm way too big.
Let's go break down this wall. Why can I jump up here? Not the most exciting find.
These boots have seen everything.
She sees everything we are. Do you understand? There is no hiding from her.
That seems like he's doing all right.
The Chosen's blood. Now that would be a prize sample.
Alright, also saw that ladder out there, which may take us up to where the mucus was.
Yes, you did.
Also, before I forget, let's go ahead and mark this. Speak to Araj Oblodra. I read about the Blood War? If ever there was a conflict in the planes of existence, a conflict that swelled up as if it filled with pus, bursting only to scarify and atrophy and never heal, only swell up and squirt itself out again. Never-ending pus carnival of pain and misery. The Blood War would be that conflict. It's quite the description. It raged, and rages still, truth be told, between the demons of the Abyss and the fiends of the Nine Hells. Cunning Yugoloths may play one side against the other, but the conflict would swell and burst and swell again without much coaxing. It is in both sides' nature to fight. On weapon coatings,
Chosen's blood. Now that.
a group of adventurers approached me, their grins docile and earnest. They needed my knowledge and alchemy to help them differentiate between weapon coatings. They claimed to be giant hunters. Taking pity on these well-meaning morons, I explained this section of the page has been ruined beyond salvage. Annotated in the margin, someone has thoughtfully made the following note. Poisons. Poisons that target and sometimes inflict an additional condition. Toxins. Deal damage over time. Oils. These inflict conditions and can harm creatures that are immune to poisons and toxins. When in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. 3 good twists is all it takes to grind a magpie into flakes. That felt good. I've really come to loathe that bastardly rhyme of mine. I'll leave it untouched in previous chapters, but from now on, I'm having a bit of fun with it. I'm glad I decided to read it that time. I almost skipped over it.
Is this?
I would like to have that.
Araj Oblodra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make.
Let's hear about this special offer of yours.
Put plainly, I'd like your blood. A vial of true soul's blood, specifically. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
And what exactly are you planning to do with your share?
Research, naturally. We Oblodras are simply curious by nature.
What kind of potion can you make?
No idea, but it will be unique to you. Your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. We can learn exactly what that means together,
So, how tied up is she in the Absolute's cult? Because this response here, where I can say this is blasphemy, could mean that the cult isn't okay with her doing this. And maybe her research could be used to take down the cult later. I think Gale would be a better option, but she said it was unique to me, so I don't know if whatever Gale does here. And we may not get another chance. I don't know what the best roleplay call is. Probably just not doing it, but I do think that maybe if we can learn more about... maybe the solution to curing the parasite, it's in the blood. We don't know. Alright, let's do it.
Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. There we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. And, if I may, would you have a moment to discuss another more personal matter? Truth be told, I heard tell of your coming before you arrived. Ketheric's dogs prowl far and wide round the tower. I know you travel with a delightful Nightwalker in your retinue. Please, I have a proposal for him. I will reward you both, handsomely.
What kind of proposal?
I will speak of it when he is here, not before. But it will be to your advantage. I promise.
You aren't working for Cazador, are you?
That is not a name which has ever passed my lips. I am a friend to you. I wish to be a friend to him.
She wants to turn into a vampire. I guarantee it. My vampiric friend. Sure, I can bring him here.
I must prepare myself for his arrival.
Elixir of Human Versatility. Oh, it's based off your race, not like your class. Mundane Pluckiness grants you proficiency in all skills until the next long rest, due to the wily resourcefulness now bubbling within it. Once of Bloodvender Araj Oblodra's elixirs, distilled from a specific sanguine quality, properties aligned to an equally specific race. So humans are known for their versatility, which is why it's called human versatility. I'm curious what the other races get.
Welcome back, true soul.
Oh, can you do it again? Alright, so maybe we can't just send anybody. So I can try out... We have a elf, a wood elf, a tiefling. We have a lot of humans at the party, don't we? My entire... Oh no, Shadowheart's a half-elf. Show me your stock. A lot of stuff here. A Robe of Exquisite Focus. Grants high spellcasting. Get a +1 bonus to spell save DC. This robe once belonged to one of the great wizard Tenser's lecturers. While in university, Tenser used to practice spells on this robe, sometimes resulting in wonderful arcane discovery. We could give that to Gale, but this current robe is so useful. Hat of Storm Scion's power grants Thunderous Acuity. When the wearer deals thunder damage, they gain Arcane Acuity. Two sigils glow in white where the hat brushes your temples. Something is being tapped into, something distant and fearsome. That might be worth it on him. No, that's pretty good too. They both grant Arcane Acuity. A Thunderskin Cloak grants a Dazing Echo. When a creature with Reverberation deals damage to the wearer, the creature needs to make a Constitution saving throw or become dazed. Through a gap in the long snarls of thread, you're sure you can glimpse a great black thunderhead swollen with purple lightning and spears of rain. A Circlet of Hunting grants Hunter's Eye. You gain a plus 1d4 bonus to attack rolls against creatures marked by Hunter's Mark, True Strike, Fairy Fire, and Guiding Bolt. Huntresses prowling in the least hospitable woods of Toril hold one rule as cardinal: kill quickly. This is not about suffering, it's about sound, and its necessary absence. So we do have that one bow that allows us to cast Hunter's Mark, which is by far the best spell out of the 4 listed there to use with this, because it can last for the entire combat. A Ring of Free Action grants Unwavering. Ignore the effects of difficult terrain and cannot be paralyzed or restrained. That's really good. The heart of the gem seems to flow like liquid, yet it contains neither quicksilver nor mercury. Risky Ring grants Risky Attack. Gain advantage on attack rolls and receive disadvantage on saving throws. Life is just a series of risks taken while blindfolded. That's also really good, especially with a paladin in the party that grants the Aura of Protection. Boots of Arcane Bolstering. Each time they dash, the wearer gains Arcane Charge for 2 turns. Fizzling barbs of enchantment magic crackle from the laces of these boots. So we haven't seen this die before. For this one. I'm gonna grab these rings as well. The risky ring is probably fantastic on my paladin. And this might be worth it on Gale. More so for the looks than the effect. I mean, the Cat's Grace is just a fantastic effect. And Hunter's Mark, I mean, we could probably use this at some point. Grab this too, because we can't craft those right now. Alright, spent a lot of money here, but
Come back anytime.
it's worth it. I'm sure we'll recoup the cost at some point. Now, as for what we just got, I'll send this to Gale. I'm gonna try this. Maybe give this to Will? It's actually better. Well, I guess we won't be using that for right now.
Breathing, despite everything.
We'll see how badly we start scuffing up the saving throws. Might swap back to the other ring. But you can also use the Ring of Free Action paired with this. I mean, this is okay and all, but that'll negate some of the penalties you might take from the disadvantage with saving throws. Then we can give Shadowheart something else.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Yeah, we'll use that for now. It's not the best ring, but it's not the worst either. And then for Gale, I mean, it looks far better. The Graceful Cloth is really good. But we'll mix it up just for the aesthetics. Fashion is far more important than
That would be a prize.
optimization. Alright, back to camp. Next time we'll grab Astarion. We'll equip that other piece of armor on Karlach. We need to bring Astarion back to Araj there, so.
Should mind my step.
Excuse me, Lazel. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.